What is going on with Bitmain? Another drawdown on Monday, but it looks a little bit better. I bought more Bitmain, $10,000 to $12,000 more of Bitmain. Then also Katie Wood bought 500,000 shares. And what Tom Lee is actually saying to all of that weakness, well, all about this and much more here in this video.
Welcome to the game, I'm the wolf of Dubai.
Welcome to a brand new video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Danny, and I'm looking to be early into shares. Let's see if I can show my video, my t-shirt actually, because this camera somehow focused on my face. But we want to be into stocks before they go before they go 10x. And this is actually what we are looking for when we invest into companies. I invested early into Tesla, Palantir, Hood. All of them went 10x and more. I put, for example, my life savings into Tesla. I documented it all on my channels. Make sure to subscribe to all of my channels because all my subscribers on my free content here on YouTube, they actually bought houses and apartments. But besides of all my free content, I actually have also my personal trading group. But different than other groups, our team trade for you. It's all done all automatically because I have seen that copy trading in the normal world doesn't work so well, right? So we developed our software that we can send you all our trades all automatically into your portfolio. And if you are interested and you have $10,000, then schedule a call with me on x10daytrading.com and we see if we can help you as well. Now, just to give you an idea, we haven't lost a single trade in December so far. I mean, our members getting absolutely mind blown like Yaron here, okay? This is his message, or this message, or this message, or this message, all by my members that are banking because of our software, because of our trades. We did 2 trades this week. All were winners. You know, first on Monday, we benefited of Tesla, and then we benefited today from Robinhood that had an upgrade, and we just loved the, momentum and sentiment on Robinhood this morning. So we did a nice trade, and then we are done, right? So it's all done for you, all into your personal broker, and we are raising our joining fee every month. So if you want to be part of that, make sure to schedule a call with me today. Now, let's dive in first into an interview, what Tom Lee is actually saying about the current market situation. Okay, let's have a look.
There's a lot of things to talk about with you in terms of the skepticism now around the AI trade, skepticism around Bitcoin. Are they, in fact, related, do you think?
Related, but not related.
Yeah.
I think the AI trade, it's been a juggernaut, and we know that the visibility for the next few years is really good. But now investors are just trying to figure out how much to discount, what's the appropriate price to put. And that could drive some profit taking because they've done so well this year. On the crypto side, I think that there has been some concerns about, quantum. And then there was that huge deleveraging event on October 10th. But the crypto fundamental story, is exiting on a really high note this year. The U.S. government passed legislation and regulations favorable for crypto. And we know Wall Street has expressed a lot of interest in building products on the blockchain. So it's almost like they both have great visibility, but the price levels are just what's being uncertain.
I feel like what's common, though, with both of these stories, though, Tom, is investors questioning the growth, the trajectory of growth going forward for both of these stories. Not to say that things will contract, but maybe growth won't be as strong as we've seen. We've hit the peak sort of growth rates in terms of the story. The maximum bullishness happened with Bitcoin when the administration came on board and things started to sort of go Bitcoin's way. Maybe that was peak sort of trajectory higher when it comes to growth. Same thing with AI. Now it's a period where you're sort of wondering, will this actually get funded after we saw this massive expansion?
Yeah. Well, in crypto, the best years are definitely ahead because today there's only 4 million Bitcoin wallets with $10,000 in it. There's 900 million IRA and brokerage accounts globally that have $10,000. So that's 200 times larger market. With regard to AI, I do think that the business models need to evolve. You can't just charge $20 a month. Really AI, agentic services, but the market ends up being huge because in the US, it's really making 130 million existing workers into super workers. that's a several $trillion market just in the US alone. So I think there's still opportunities.
When do you think that we're going to see the tipping point on that front? And I think arguably you're seeing it a little bit maybe on the margins right now. But do you see a step change 18 months out from now? Is that 5 years out from now? It's because there's also questions, by the way, about some of these services and how valuable they are to people right now. And I know some CTOs and others who are actually saying, we're actually not getting the value out of some of these products that we were hoping to.
Yeah. I think we're in what I'd call the bleeding edge phase, like where everything feels like the tech is in front of the applications. That happened in mobile, which I studied for 17 years, and in internet early days. Like when color phones first came out on mobile, or even keyboards, people kind of sneered and said, who's going to be using a color screen? And remember famously what happened when the iPhone was launched, and how one of the biggest competitors dismissed it and saying it's just a toy.
Right.
I think we're at that phase with AI where the capabilities will blossom and then services will follow. But that, as you know, the future happens faster than many expect.
So if the business models of these players, which people commonly call the Mag 7 in general, need to change, then what does that do to the valuation? Are we rethinking the valuation? Because, one distinct change has definitely already happened, and that is asset light to asset heavy, asset spending on assets continues, et cetera. Is that reflected already, or does there need to be further adjustment?
I believe that AI stocks, especially stocks like NVIDIA, are going to actually re-rate higher. Because if Walmart and Costco trade at 37 to 45 times earnings because they're predictable, then NVIDIA shouldn't be 27 times. I also think the banks are really criminally undervalued right now, like a JP Morgan, because that's becoming a technology company. And in the past, people are stuck in the head that it should trade at 1 times book or 10 times earnings. They should trade more like a tech stock. So I think tech and financials. Do you think
that of all the banks? Or do you JP Morgan in particular is invested obviously heavily in tech. But if I said JP Morgan and then I mentioned a bank 10 rungs down, would you say the same thing?
Well, it depends on how sort of evangelized a bank is towards adopting AI and being tech forward.
So, on this screen right here, like is Wells Fargo on your list of tech forward banks?
It possibly. Goldman certainly is. And I think Morgan Stanley has shown a lot of evidence. So I think banks are sort of getting it, but they are really becoming technology companies.
So even at record highs?
Even at record highs.
Banks.
As many technical strategists will tell you, it's actually sometimes better to buy things at all-time highs.
So as you can see, he stays bullish. He stays to his vision. I call it vision, okay? That crypto will see an all-time high in January, okay? That means that in about like 1 month's time, we should need to have like a huge increase of Ethereum price, right? So we know that from the past that within 1 month, we actually can go very, very high, right? Like 80%, 90%, 100% for Ethereum in 1 month is not like something that is never done before. I tweeted this, as you remember, a couple of days ago that I showed you in April, we just did this, okay? Also, Bitmine did a 67% increase in value like I posted here. So you can see here that's totally normal for our favorite 2 asset classes, Bitmine and obviously because it is correlating Ethereum, to go higher in a very short term. Now, I bought more because I'm buying every day between $3,000 to $20,000 worth of Bitmine. But forget about me. Think about Katie Wood. She actually bought 500,000 more shares of Bitmine, which is absolutely insane, okay? Which is absolutely insane. And she did this, so this shows you how confident she is that we already around the corner, that this is a dip buying opportunity. And I think this is also the approach that you should have, right? Think about it as like a 3-year investment. And whatever weakness you see on the way is always something where you can just buy more of your favorite company. They increase their holdings. They showed us that many times they just keep on going and Bitmine keeps on going and they keep on delivering. So I think that, we we will be looking back in a couple of years and saying, wow, we wish we bought more at 30, 35, 40, even 100, because my goal for the next couple of years will be 1,000 and more for this beautiful company. So if you agree, let me know in the comments what do you think. And I see you obviously tomorrow for a brand new video, because the grass is always greener on the other side.